Hey y'all, welcome back to 2 Minutes of Tea. A couple things on my heart. So I've been traveling a lot recently. This year I wanted to get out, see more of the world, meet some of my neighbors. And a lot of y'all not sad, okay? You're not really depressed. What you need is a change of scenery. Go on that trip, book it. Even if it's somewhere quick, like for a weekend, for a day, change of scenery. Go work out of your home. A lot of us work remotely now and you ain't talking to people, you're not socializing. We meant to be social. Go. Travel, see. Baby, I literally just got back from New York Fashion Week. I had never been to New York as an adult. It changed me. The vibe, the energy, it was amazing. Before that, I was in Denver. Really cool spot. Before that, I had went to Houston. I had never been to Houston. I went for the rodeo. Y'all, life is meant to be lived. Go travel. Please, this is your message. This is your wake-up call. Go. And then DM me because I want to know about it. Yeah, let me know what you did. But stay out of Ohio. I heard they eating people's animals out there. And you know, I don't know about you, but I love my four-legged friends, so just be careful. And make sure y'all voting. Go vote. I can't say it enough. I know I said it last time. I'm gonna say it again. You need to go vote, okay? Voting is crucial. I don't know if y'all saw the debate. Go vote. Oh, and also, last but not least, fuck your haters. Okay, the naysayers, the people that feel like you can't do, you won't make it, you ain't gonna be. Baby, you have a vision, you can execute it. There are people that believe in you, and if you ain't got nobody, I believe in you. All right? Now, y'all enjoy the tea. All right, It's kind of hot.
It's tea time with Uncle 12. Let me go grab my cup.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea Time with Uncle Twirl, where what's in your mug is your business. I'm your host, Uncle Twirl. Sipping and spilling with us today is a super special guest. She's looking quite delicious. Butt tender, entrepreneur, the Countess of Cannabis. Quia is here, y'all. Yes.
Hey, what's up, baby?
Cheers, my boo.
Cheers to you.
How
and
are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous, baby.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I like that. Thank you.
Today we're drinking some Brooklyn tea. Their new cherry flavor. It's delicious. Go get you some. They're now in Target. Okay. Quia, how are you?
I am doing magnificent.
Come on, magnificent.
I am trying my best to keep that flow every day.
Amen.
That's the goal.
Yes, we love the good energy, honey.
It has to be.
Thank you so much for joining us.
A pleasure.
So before we get into your business, we're gonna play a few games to kind of loosen things up.
Sure.
First up, we're gonna do sip or spill. That's basically our this or that question game. I'll ask you some questions. You'll pick a choice. If you don't want to choose, you don't have to, honey. You just take a sip of that tea because we believe in consent on Tea Time. Okay. All right. So first up, let's see, sativa or indica.
Ooh, that's a hard choice. But for me, I'm going to say indica.
Period. Okay, let me tell you. One time, I had a friend over and she had, this is why I asked what strain we doing now. She came over and we were smoking something and I got trapped in my body for 3 hours. And I was like, I said, what is this? She was like, Midnight Queen. I said, I should have asked, I wouldn't have smoked no shit like that. Like I wouldn't have. Okay. I'm more sativa, but we love our indicas.
Sure.
Lemon pepper wet or dry?
Lemon pepper wet.
Period.
Don't give me nothing dry. Nothing.
Beyonce. Wine. Merlot. Beyonce or Usher?
How you do that?
Choose you this day. Beyonce or Usher?
Can't do it.
I understand. It's fair.
Can't do it.
East side or west side?
West side, ho.
Period. Okay, we have a lot of East Siders on the show. We love y'all, but it's always good to connect with the west side. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
Big
For
facts. Heels or sneakers?
If I could sit down, no, just playing. It's gonna have to be a heel for me.
Period.
Because I'm definitely more that side than the other, but I can do both.
Hello. We love a verse.
Yes.
Queen. December or January Capricorn?
January Capricorn all day.
We love y'all though. Hey December. Gucci Mane or Jeezy? I knew these musical artists were gonna get you. I was like, baby, she's not choosing.
No, because both will be played at my funerals. Nope.
Steel Magnolias or Shawshank Redemption?
Steel Magnolias.
All day.
Steel Magnolias.
Hey Julia, how you doing, girl? Catfish and spaghetti or turkey wings?
Give me the catfish and spaghetti.
You know what's funny? I've been seeing this. I've been seeing it pop up on menus every once in a while. I've never had it, but people say it's delicious.
It's delicious. It's very country. My roots are in Mississippi from my mom's side. So that's what we ate on Friday night.
Right.
Because I used to spend the summers there, longer breaks from school. That's what we ate on Friday night. It was
Period.
catfish and spaghetti. Maybe a little salad with too much ranch on it too. That's what it is. It's such a delicious just combination. You know what I mean?
If y'all like catfish and spaghetti, drop it in the comments. I want to see how many of y'all really eating it, riding with it. Okay.
And if nobody's paying me, but Copper Cove has a delicious one. Just put that out there.
You heard it here first. Copper Cove. Golden Girls or Lovecraft Country?
Golden Girls.
Oh, dang.
Golden Girls.
Who's your favorite?
I'm a Blanche. I'm a Blanche.
You know, Rose is my girl, but Blanche is an icon.
Yes. Hello.
Last one, brown or white liquor?
I've been in my tequila era lately. So it's going to be white tequila for me. I can do Reposado, I can do brown tan, all that, but I've been in my tequila era lately.
Period, because tequila's the best, guys, just in case you didn't know.
And it's healthy-ish.
It's a vegetable, okay? That's what I tell people. Okay, now we're gonna move on to a new game. This is called 420 Trivia.
All right.
Since you know, this is a high tea episode, honey. We're getting into all things cannabis. Let's see. Okay, first question. Name 3 synonyms for being high.
Ooh, geeked, zooted. I like to say kite as well.
Oh, I like that. Maybe because we're flying.
Hello.
Next question. Dave Chappelle starred in this 420 heist movie based in New York. What's the movie?
420 heist?
Based in New York. He was real young.
It wasn't half baked.
It was.
It was.
Come on, yes.
Okay, I had to think about it.
Okay, next question. What are 3 items that start with the letter B used for marijuana consumption?
Ooh, bong. Another B.
This is where we need the Jeopardy music.
Yes.
But copyright. So
I got bong. What else is there?
2 more B's. One's like a smaller bong. It's small and you hold it in one hand. You have to plug it with a hole and put it in your mouth.
I don't use that, so that's why it's not coming to me.
The other 2 are bowl and blunt.
That's it.
Yes.
Yes.
Know. Okay, look.
It's the camera. It's making me forget things.
Okay, next one. What members of the Wu-Tang Clan starred in a movie about college students getting stoned?
Come on, the classic How High.
Period.
That's the one, baby. It's still so funny now, too, though.
Hilarious.
It's still funny.
I haven't seen the sequel. I've been hearing too many people talk about it. Yeah.
I didn't want to.
Yes.
You can't. Some stuff should have just left alone. It's the one.
Stop making shit we don't want to see.
Hello.
Like that Mufasa movie that's coming out. Nobody asked for that. I love you, Barry Jenkins.
Disney, we still want your money.
Name 3 celebrities with THC brands.
Ooh, Mike Tyson, Wiz Khalifa.
Period.
Moneybag Yo.
Hello.
That kid. Just kidding.
This West Coast rapper is known for being an advocate and longtime consumer of cannabis. Who is he?
Oh, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Hey.
The unofficial mascot of the Olympics.
Big facts. Okay, that is hilarious. Okay, this radioactive element was discovered on 420. That's a little tricky. I had to look this up. But yes.
You know, the only thing I think about whenever somebody says radioactive is like uranium.
Very close.
Okay.
It's radium.
Radium.
Radium. Who knew?
Not me.
Baby.
Not me.
Last one for 420 trivia. Name 5 synonyms for cannabis.
Ooh. Za. Reefer.
Hello.
Flowers.
Flower.
Bud.
Hello.
I need one more.
One more.
One more.
You feel
tree.
Hello. Come on. And that's 420. Baby, you kind of ate. Baby.
Listen, I like to be more successful, so that's my goal all the time.
She said I have a winner spirit, honey.
There you go.
Okay, so the next game we're gonna play is called Finish the Lyric Cannabis Edition.
All right, let's go.
So I'm gonna read the artist and a lyric, and then I'm gonna pause and then see if you can finish it.
All right.
Okay. First, finish the lyric. This one's by Afro Man. I did not go to class.
But then I got high.
Hello. Very, very good. This next one is by Crucial Conflict. Okay, I gotta put this down. Hold on.
Get in there.
Smoking on.
Hey, in the middle of the bar.
Hey. I want to know where they were. What barn were they at? Invite me to the farm. I'd like to come. Jesus. Okay, next one. Finish this lyric by Fabo.
Okay.
I'm starting to see spaceships on Bankhead. I roll with
dang kids, pill poppers, and I switched it. And dang kids.
Yes, very good,
it.
very good. Okay, next one. Finish this lyric by Rick James. And when I'm feeling low, she comes at no surprise. Turns me on with her love.
Oh, I gotta sing it. And when I'm feeling low,
Hey,
she comes with no surprise.
go off.
She takes me to paradise. Yeah, that's the one. Do you love me? Don't you?
Okay, look, we don't own the rights. We're gonna calm down. That's my jam.
Hello.
Okay, last finish the lyric. This one is by Lunez featuring Michael Marshall. I got 5 on it.
Ooh.
Grab your 4 and let's get keys. I got 5 on it.
Messing with that endo.
Yeah, baby. Let me tell you something.
It came back.
There's a lot now, baby.
Came back. It needed a refresh.
Look, don't question her, okay? She know what she's doing.
It's in there, baby.
Very good. Okay, look, you ate those games up.
That's what I like to do.
Okay. You feeling good? You feeling
Eat 'em
loose?
up. It's very.
Okay. Now we're going to get into the interview segment. All right. So I love to start every interview with origin stories. So let's talk about where you were born, where you grew up, how you were raised, and if you could introduce cannabis to any historical figure, who would it be?
All right. So first of all, let's go ahead and get this laid out and clear. I am a 100% authentic, uncut Grady baby. 80 Butler Street. That's where I started. And then, as far as introducing, I feel like there's a lot of people throughout history who could have smoked one and made some better decisions. And I used to teach U.S. history, so let's just think about that. I have a few years of experience with remembering people. I'm gonna go with Bull Connor. That's the man who said segregation now and segregation forever. He needed one real bad, a real good one, some za, right? Let's say just earned and deserved. I'm gonna go Nelson Mandela.
Big facts.
He earned that, baby.
Big facts.
And then just to throw a little mix, not introduce, but bring to the conversation, let's do Bob Marley. And let's bring all them together. It would be some peace and harmony or a fist fight. I don't know which one it would be. I'm not sure.
I feel like if you're locked up, the least they could do is provide you with marijuana.
Yeah, keep you calm.
I feel like it keep the people calm. It wouldn't be so many prisons riots. People would be getting along.
Chilling.
It's a stressful job.
I want a chill jail.
I do.
If I'm the warden, I want it very chill.
Everyone calm down.
Yes.
Okay. So you are our resident cannabis expert. And so I kind of want to talk about types of marijuana for people who aren't super familiar.
Yes.
So let's start with the basic. What is the difference between indica and sativa?
All right. So that is the number one asked question all the time. Although there is Google out there, I'm going to give you my take. So let's start with it. You have your indica and your sativa. Those are 2 different strands grown in different places of marijuana. So your sativa is going to be your more creative, your more uplifting, your more energizing strand that has less CBD in it. Because all marijuana has CBD in it. Let's start there. But sativas have less of it. So that's the more calming, relaxing one. And then your indica is going to have a higher CBD count. And it also will be more relaxing, more calming, more of a nerve, not stimulant, but more of a calmer and a relaxing. So that being said, you can't treat sativa like a Red Bull. It's not gonna bring you back to life if you're already tired.
Gotcha.
Any cannabis you take, if you're already tired, you're gonna fall asleep or chill out or just not be more uplifted or energized. So that is not the case.
Gotcha.
It is not going to bring you back to life or make you more energized.
It's not espresso, honey.
Yes, it's not going to do that. But it is more of a head high.
Gotcha.
So that is not a complete body to the toes. It's just going to be up here, which is fine if you're going out, being creative, concerts, festivals, going to a museum. That's perfect, right? And then indicas are going to be more so, I'm kind of relaxed and chill.
Gotcha.
That's going to be the one.
Gotcha. So what are some tips for finding the right strain for you? Let's say you're a beginner, you want to try some things. What are some tips you would give someone?
So if you're just strictly talking about smoking as a consumption method, you definitely want to start, I want to say, with what your needs are. So if you're feeling more stressed, having a hard time relaxing, I would start with an indica. If you are, trying to be in social settings and want to feel more, open and connected with people, I would do a sativa before you get into those environments. Or if you're an artist or trying to find your creative joint or need to write something, I would go with that route. And if smoking is your consumption.
Gotcha. Y'all pay attention, okay? Don't be out here saying you didn't know. Oh Lord, I smoked something. Don't get trapped in your body like me, honey.
Hello.
Pay attention. If you could create a new strain of cannabis, what would its effects be and what would you name it?
So there's so many things that we could all use a little help with. And as we get older and more seasoned,
right?
I would love a strand that helps you lose weight.
No, for real, because all the shit I smoke made me want to eat.
Hello,
okay, we need to reverse.
We need to reverse
yes.
that. And as for me, I have learned to work to have healthier things around.
Facts.
When I am consuming, but I would say if there could be a strand that helped you lose weight or put you in the right mind focus to do that. Slim smoke, whatever we could call it. We could call it something cute.
Anti-munch.
Hello. Yeah. But that would be a beautiful creation. And it would help so many people. Because the 10-piece hot wings, they stick after a while.
They do.
The expensive dinners that we probably shouldn't have went to anyway, unless somebody else paid for.
Hello.
They stick after a while. So it's just a healthy option. Using cannabis to lose weight would be amazing.
Because, baby, I don't like needles. I'm not using those.
No,
I'm not doing it. Also, I don't want that bobblehead that people are getting.
I don't want to mess with my endocrine system like that. Because I'm not quite sure. I feel like in 5 years, it's going to be like, if you took...
You are eligible for a lawsuit.
That's what I'm saying. And I love that it's helping people. Don't get me wrong. And if the benefits outweigh the risk, do it.
Right.
But I just feel like it's just a lot.
Yeah. I would prefer a natural,
remedy. Yeah. Other than not putting in my not eating.
Right. Okay, so we know there's lots of stigma around cannabis use.
Sure.
It's becoming more common. I think I read a report recently that said I think about 52% of Americans are now using cannabis, and alcohol is on the decline.
Yeah.
And so we all grew up with anti-drug propaganda, DARE, warning us of the dangers of marijuana use.
That fried egg.
This is your brain on drugs.
Exactly.
Yo. What are some misconceptions and false narratives surrounding marijuana?
There are so many, and I'm so glad that the world is waking up and realizing some of these things. But number one, I say the main one that was pushed in the 90s and before that, 50s, 60s, all throughout the past decades, is that it's a gateway drug. You only gonna go through a gate if you want to. I didn't decide I wanted to go further. I'm very happy with what I consume now. I do not want to go further. And that is a choice that people make when they're trying to escape things or, not happy with their current circumstances. For the normal consumer who has learned and educated themselves, we're not pushing further, or we don't feel like we need to use or find illicitly anything further than marijuana because it does the job.
And do. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when I was working in a substance use clinic. I know, guys. And I had a client come in and they were like, I just really want to stop using marijuana. I need to be in your program. And I was like, okay, what else are you doing? They were like, just marijuana, but I can't keep a job, and it's just hard for me to stay focused. And I was like, well, one, we don't detox from marijuana. There's no program for that. It's not a thing. Two, I said, baby, I think you're lazy because I'm high right now and I'm at this job talking to you. So I don't really think marijuana is your problem.
Yeah. And just like any other substance, there's use and there's abuse. So if you are using it as a form of escapism, you need to seek some further help. If you are using it if you are finding it that it's getting in the way of your normal everyday responsibilities, that means you need some additional assistance. And it can get to that point when you lose control about what your decisions are. But the main point of it is educate yourself, learn about what you're using it for. Also learn about what the types that you can use, because microdosing is a thing.
It is.
You do not always need to be completely, I don't want to say this word, but you don't need to be shit-faced all the time. You don't need to. It's usually something that you can decide how you want to go with it. You start low, and you learn how far your body can go and where you need to stop. It is a abuse thing is very real. Don't get me wrong, it's very easy to fall down that trap. But people have to be aware of their body, and people have to learn what works for them and where their end point is.
Facts.
Where are you trying to be?
Facts. I try to tell people the
Yeah.
4Ds. Danger, dysfunction, distress, death.
That's
okay,
it.
if any of those things are happening,
Yes.
you might want to stop. Cut the shit out. Okay.
Yeah. Take
Well,
a tolerance break.
Yeah.
Those are all things you can do.
Big facts. Okay, so I know you talked a little bit about, abuse is real. Do you believe marijuana use can become habit forming? Is there any proof that it's addictive?
There is, definitely a sector of the population that doesn't manage their addictions or how they consume very well. That is a very small percentage, though. And what you will notice is that people who already have the need for mental assistance, they are the ones who tend to abuse and overuse. And if that is the case and you are not completing your daily activities, you're not able to handle your responsibilities, then that is something you need to seek out additional assistance with. Because sometimes we don't know how to handle it. We don't know what to do or what steps to take.
Especially if you don't know you have an underlying condition.
Yeah, but there, some people, if you things to look out for. If you're smoking before you go to work every day, if you are, not handling your responsibilities, if you're a parent, there's different things that you need to be aware of when you are consuming. The work should be done for most people before you engage.
Right.
But then there are professionals who use microdosing to make sure that they are at a stable and even keel all day. There are different things that you can do. Everything does not work for everybody.
Facts.
And I need people to be aware of that.
It's not a one size fits all.
Not at all.
Model. Right.
Not at all.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about consumption methods. Okay.
Yes.
Not everyone enjoys smoking, right? Not everyone
Absolutely
likes
not.
the smell. Not everyone enjoys, the coughing.
Yes.
Whether it's the act, the smell, maybe they have a condition that prevents them from indulging in that manner.
Exactly.
What are some different ways to consume marijuana, both medically and recreationally?
Absolutely. So let's talk about it. When you're talking about medical consumption, there are so many different things based on the needs. Some people have, there's oils, there's topicals for people who have pain management issues, even seizures. The oils have been proven to calm those. Parkinson's patients, MS patients, they're all different people who benefit from those uses. You have the oils, you have the topicals, and you also have edibles, of course, which most of us are familiar with. Some of us have tried and had a very bad experience, and some of us have learned, what works for us.
Right.
You definitely want to be aware of your milligrams. You want to be aware of, what your body likes to and where you would like to be. I always tell people start low, go slow. You have to wait for the effects to kick in.
Facts.
This is where
Be patient.
Yes, this is where people make mistakes. Oh, I don't feel nothing. Let me take another one. No, we cut things in half.
Right.
We try it out. If it tastes good, that's good, but that don't mean eat it all. But there's gummies, there's drops, there's dissolving tablets. If you've had the pleasure to travel to other states and be around the industry, there's so many things that are available. And the good thing about that is that they are lab tested. We do know the correct dosage and the correct milligrams. But I always tell people, you start 2 milligrams, 5 milligrams. Let's start there. Let's not go for the big gummy or the whole brownie. Let's not do that.
Right.
But there's also, if you don't like the smell, there's the actual all-in-one disposable vapes that you can use, which also can pack a punch. But you don't need to hit it twice. Rest for a second. See how you feel.
Right.
But let's not rush and overconsume and end up in a place where we don't want to be. Because nobody enjoys being too high.
Right.
And then having to sit and wait and fight the invisible monsters until you come back down. So let's take a moment and let's go slow. Let's see how that affects us. Let's watch it. It is a fact-finding mission. It's research, because you have to learn your own body. Because I know people who can eat a whole brownie, eat a gummy, and smoke a blunt, and still are functional.
Yeah, they say, I'm fine.
And I've seen girls this big. I'm like, how do you do that? I don't even do that. And I'm experienced. Right. So it's just like everybody's body reacts differently. You must eat first too. Let's not do this on an empty stomach. Your body functions better when you do these things and consume with food in your stomach.
Big fact.
So Follow those steps.
I remember, and y'all better listen to her. I had some friends, weren't super experienced. We were in San Diego. We went to the zoo.
Yeah.
They had taken some 50 gummies,
No.
50,
No.
which I've never taken a whole 50.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah, I don't know if they didn't read or whatever. So we're at the zoo. We're having a good time. We looking at the animals, and I noticed they had got a little quiet.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, maybe they just taking it in. I was like, you good? And they were like, and I was okay. We on the sky buckets. We doing all kinds of stuff. We leave the zoo. We might have been at the zoo 4 hours, y'all. San Diego Zoo's huge. We leave. We get back to the house, and they go, they were like, oh my God, I couldn't speak. I've been miserable. Like, what have we been doing? I was like, well, we were just having a good time at the zoo. They were like, I don't even remember being at the zoo. I said, what are you talking about? We've been there for 4 hours. And they were literally gone.
Yeah.
Fighting for their life the whole time we were there. And nobody knew.
That's not, I don't want that.
Yeah, no.
For anyone.
Yeah, no.
Please don't do that. Cut things. Just because they give it to you in a, cut it.
Period.
Check it out.
Okay, so we did talk about a little about dosing. I was gonna, say like a lot of people like myself, we ain't mathematicians. I'm not the best at math, and so when it comes to grams, milligrams, sometimes it can be confusing on like where to start, what to do. It can be hard to understand how much to consume.
Sure.
Do you have any tips for learning your own tolerance level, or any best practices for buying and consuming cannabis?
Sure. So, if we're talking about actual smoking, we don't want to face a whole blunt by ourselves if we've never done that. We want to take a few puffs, put it down, see how you're feeling, see what the vibe is, right? If you want to hit it a few more times, let's do that. You may not be able to do the things you see other people do.
Right.
That is the key to this. So you start slow and move. You start low and move slow. So as far as smoking as a consumption method, that's my suggestion. You puff and you puff, take a break, come back to it. It'll always be there. It's not going anywhere.
Right. It's puff, puff, pass. Get it out your hand, baby.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then as far as consuming, whether it be a baked good or whether it be a gummy, we want to cut things because they come most of the time when you buy things, they're going to come in a 100 milligram pack, 10 milligrams each. You probably don't need 10. Guess what? I don't need 10. I don't need 10 to feel good. So I cut things in half.
Right.
So I'm going with 5. And some people probably even need to start with 2. If you don't handle liquor well, you probably won't handle a high milligram. That's my rule of thumb. However you handle your liquor, that's a good starting point for how you handle your edibles.
Period. Okay. Health benefits. We talked a little bit about like some of the people that have like, MS. I heard you cerebral palsy. I know there's been a lot of research with people that have like grand mal seizures and how the oils have helped. More research is being done. It's the marijuana use in the medical field has been broadening.
Exactly.
How is THC being used to treat certain elements? Okay,
so the main thing there is that Big Pharma wants a piece of the cannabis industry. Let's not get that twisted.
Right.
So there is research being done constantly on how to use things, the best delivery method for helping with medical conditions. So when you're talking about depression, anxiety, and things like that, there's always actual mental health medication. But some people want something that isn't, that's something they can do on their own and police themselves with. That's when you start talking about microdosing. We're talking about 1-2 grams, maybe even 3. That's just something to see if you can keep and regulate your emotions and stay, on an even plane. So I would definitely think about microdosing. And first of all, if you're feeling like you need some assistance at all, you should generally just seek some help and to learn about how to better manage and cope. Right. But when you have done that and you are coming back to, just being with yourself and how you function in everyday society, microdosing is something that has worked for a lot of people. And they even sell, little tablets and little things to make sure you don't overconsume when you are trying to microdose, just to manage anxiety, stress, depression, and things like that. So there's always levels to things. We have to be aware of that. And sometimes we're on a lower level. We don't need as much help, but we feel like a little small dosage could help us, manage and stay even keeled throughout our day and kind of emotionally regulate how we react to things that happen to us in our daily lives. So microdosing is definitely something I encourage people to look into because once we hit those 30s, sometimes we understand life a little bit better.
Facts.
And those stressors and things are sometimes we need a little help to manage them or things that we have to do. Because at the end of the day, we got to do a lot of things that we don't want to do, right? So when we have an understanding of how microdosing can help us get through those things a little bit better, that is when you find a really good balance.
Facts. So you brought up some really good points when it comes to mental health. Big mental health advocate. And life is hard. We go through a lot of different things. You mentioned being in your 30s. I was listening to an episode of Small Doses by Amanda Seales, and it's called 30 somethings, and all the things no one prepared you for, all the things that no one tells you you're going to have to go through, like, you know, parents getting older, you know, jobs getting harder. Maybe your life didn't pan out the ways you thought it would be, or like you have to come to terms with, like, you know, the new normal. I tell everybody, let me tell you something. After 2020 and all the things that becoming this new normal we're in, I don't know how people who are not indulging in something are making it. I'm like, baby, you don't do nothing. No liquor, no weed, no nothing.
Nothing.
No Tylenol, nothing.
You know, I mean, we got the run clubs now. We've got all kinds of things that people are just trying, and I support that 100% because it's too hard to not do something.
Facts. You need an outlet.
You need something. And then 2020 for sure, the unprecedented times. That's a real thing.
We're over it.
I got tired of hearing it, but it's the facts.
We're still living in them.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yes. Research will never fully capture the effects.
Facts.
Never will.
Facts. It's going to be another. If you survive COVID, you too are eligible for a lawsuit.
You should be.
It's ghetto.
Do something.
It's ghetto, baby. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about one of my favorite things, the sex. So I've done lots of personal research, okay, when it comes to the effects of, you know, marijuana and sexual activities. You know, thank God for the burning bush. Amen.
Amen.
For those who may not be aware of some of the effects that THC can have enhancing your sex life, what are some of the ways it can do that?
You know, some people out here just, you know, acting like they out here a 10 on the freak scale. That's not, you lying. For, you know, for me and for personal research and for, you know, actual clinical research, marijuana does some wonderful things for your nerve receptors. Okay. So, you know, both kinds, indica and sativa, are able to do things within your body that really make you feel a little bit heightened on your spiritual level, right? Both edible and smoke consumption. But to me, the edible is better for this because typically that releases throughout your whole body and unlocks nerve receptors and just generally makes things feel at a deeper level, right? So when we're talking about sexual activity, that's what we want.
Right.
And even if, let's say you on your celibacy journey, let's say you eat edible or you smoke and get in a shower, it's a different feeling. You feel the water droplets hit you in a different way. And I want everybody to understand that those things can pull you back from a place where you thought, you know, can pull you back into yourself.
Yes.
So it definitely heightens your sensitivity. It definitely gives you a different sense of connection with your partner, especially if they're consuming with you. And you just feel things generally on a deeper level. And there's just things can go wrong all the time during sex, but when you enhance it with some of these items and products that are available, there's even lubes. There's so many different things. There's so many different things that you can use with your, you know, your sexual adventures that can be kind of just completely experience changing. And it's definitely something that if you want to spice it up or you've been with your partner for a long time, it's definitely something that you might want to try out just to give you guys another perspective.
Facts. For me, Foria, if y'all haven't heard of Foria, they make some really, really great like THC sexual products. Do yourself a favor.
Hello.
But one of my favorite things too, I think a lot of men don't talk about this, but performance anxiety is a real thing. A lot of men sometimes having a hard time staying erect or like thinking, sometimes you get so caught up here, you can't really relax and just enjoy the act.
Exactly.
And marijuana definitely helps when it comes to that.
Yes, because it doesn't clear your mind, but it makes your mind able to function at a level that it takes away some of that anxiety. Because I'm honest, I don't hate on the fellas. That's because penis shaming is body shaming.
Yes.
Let's be real. Sometimes that happens, and it's not always just his fault or they're not attracted to women. It's just, you know, life and mental health is a thing. Right. So this is definitely a tool to use if you want to enhance that experience.
And if you are on your celibacy journey, earlier me and some friends were talking about like what's your favorite thing to do when you're consuming. And I was like, I love to put on a playlist and get in the shower because you're not. It gives very much 90s R&B video. Like I be in there. Like, let me tell you, it's everything.
Water hitting on the wall.
Okay, baby, having a good time by your damn self. Okay,
get into you. Get into you.
get back to self.
Yes.
Very good. Okay.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about legality. So there are lots of things going on, different states, states' rights, a lot of people advocating for people who have been incarcerated for,
Freedom
marijuana
people.
position. No, seriously.
Freedom folks.
Seriously. So things are changing. It's hard to keep up with all the laws. Sometimes like people don't know, like, is it legal here? Is it decriminalized? Can I do it here or only medically or only recreationally? And so what is the difference primarily between THC being decriminalized versus it being completely legal?
All right. So let's start with that one. Decriminalize means if you have under a certain amount, which is usually an ounce, you won't go to jail. You'll be ticketed and fined. Now they are hefty. The penalties are hefty. It's going to cost you, but you're not going to go to jail. But it may show up on your background record, depending on the industry you're in, that might affect you, right? So you won't go to jail. That's basically what decriminalize means. If you have under an ounce, you won't go to jail. And depending on where you are, if you're lucky enough to be somewhere where things are legal, you don't want to walk and smoke and blow into a police officer's face. You want to use your judgment well. But it's still illegal, right? And if you do that, if you get caught multiple times, the penalties will change, right? So you want to exercise your common sense, just like I tell everybody, treat it like alcohol.
Facts.
Treat it like alcohol. We can have it, but make sure it's in something smell-proof in the car. Make sure that you are monitoring your surroundings when you are consuming, and be aware. Be aware. Unfortunately, we are in the Bible Belt, and it will take a little longer for legality to arrive here with us. I always say a lot of older conservatives will have to go ahead and be with Jesus before things
take his hand, go and walk with him.
Yes, before things are legalized here, but it's gonna come. I'll probably be retired by the time it does, but I'll still be consuming.
Hello.
But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of places are not rolling with the times, and it depending on how this election goes, maybe federal law could change, but that's still a states' right thing, unfortunately. So each state can make their own regulations and laws about it. But decriminalization is, in most places, still not everywhere, but that's a good thing. Just don't walk around with pounds on you, just don't do that.
Yeah, it's unnecessary to have that much at one time.
It's not.
Yeah. I just want to pivot really quickly. Y'all better get out here and vote. Y'all heard what she said, the election coming up. A lot of y'all want to be able to blow it in police face. And if you ain't gonna be able to do that, if you don't vote for the right candidate, and you know which candidate that is.
Hello.
Okay? It's not the one that rhymes with Cheeto. Okay. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about the business side of it. You've been running a successful business. What was your introduction to the cannabis?
All right. So I come from one of those families where they would be out in the garage during the cookouts, the family gatherings, and there would be a wonderful odor, emitting from the garage with the aunties and all of that. So I grew up with it around me. Didn't really partake until the glory days at Georgia Southern.
Hello. The real GSU.
Hello. I didn't partake until then. Even then, I was just, dabbling.
Right.
But I would have to say that I got into actual, cooking and producing butters and producing tinctures during the pandemic, because we had so much time on our hands. And I was, just like, let me see if I could do this. Let me do some research and see what I can create. And I ended up creating some really wonderful things and learning so much about it, that there was only one step to take, and that was to let my friends and family experience what I had created. And that became, even more, doing pop-ups, doing festivals, and doing an immersion experience with like a 5-course dinner and artists and a DJ. It's a great time.
Right.
So that's what made me want to be in the industry and continue my journey in that. Legality is always a hindrance. So you just have to move in a way and with a crowd that accepts what you do and wants to be a part of that and understands the benefits of it. But definitely I'll make sure my information is there for people who want to learn more or experience different things. I'm always down for that, because I think that brings such a different perspective and healing to most people.
Facts.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for people who are interested in maybe starting a career in the cannabis field?
Yeah, definitely attend some seminars, learn a bit. It depends on which end you're trying to go into. If you got a lot of money, go ahead and start preparing to get a license in a state.
Facts.
You need about 50 grand. Also, learn your types, your strands, learn your effects, and go for it. Like I believe everything worth doing is going to take some time and some struggle and some learning and some mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've made horrible mistakes. Wasted all kinds of weed trying to create stuff. So that's just part of the process.
Right.
But definitely do it as legally as you can. Find a community that is into what you're doing and go from there, because you're going to grow, you're going to create some things, you're going to just, become a part of this industry and be willing to meet and produce and give people a chance to see what you're creating.
Facts. We had Michelle on an earlier episode, and one of the questions she gave me to ask the next person I interview was, if money was not an option,
okay,
and you could be anywhere, you could be doing anything, where would you be? What would you be doing?
Oh my gosh. Ooh, I would be in another part of the world.
Hello.
Smoking a blunt. I'm just playing. Oh my goodness. I would just be experiencing all the wonders of the world that I have yet to experience. Money being no object is a game changer, obviously. So I would be, trying to bring the game wherever we could go and just fuck shit up and have a good time,
Come on, y'all, get on the PJ.
That's the one.
Okay.
So, definitely, I would just be around the world, just trying to see, all the God's creations. That's what I would be doing, for sure.
I feel like one of the biggest disservices we do, because we live in a capitalistic hellscape, is not getting to know your neighbors globally. Like, travel is one of the best educators, one of the best ways to really get to know yourself, to get to know other people, to rediscover. You're only as big as your opportunities. You're only as big as what you know, the world you live in, your network. And so, travel, get out there.
Expand your mind, Craig.
Hello. Okay, final question.
Yes.
Give me a question to ask the next person I interview.
Ooh. Let's see. What would you do if you found the fountain of youth? Would you profit from it, or would you keep it to yourself?
I like that philosophical dilemma.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Quia, for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Look, you sipped, you spilled.
I did.
Baby, you educated the people. I even learned a few things, okay?
It's out there now.
If the people want to find you, if they want to connect, if they have questions, like, where can the people find you?
Please look me up. I am on Instagram. That's the easiest way to reach me, at Confections by Q. All kinds of things are offered, explained, shared, research, new things I find out about are all shared there. Again, it's at Confections by Q, just like it sounds, on Instagram.
And you can find me on all social media platforms at Uncle Twirl. That's Twirl with an E.
Blow up.
Thank you. Quia, thank you so much for coming today.
Listen, a pleasure.
Y'all, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Feel free to share your own personal stories, any tips, any things that resonated with you in the comments. I love to read them, connect with you guys. And like I always tell you, feel free to spill the tea. But don't be messy. Bye.